So let's start with the book that I finished this week, which is called Death Trap. I will try to remember to put a picture up here. Hopefully I do remember because I feel bad every time I forget. But Death Trap is a true crime novel by M. William Phelps. He's one of my favorite true crime novelists, but I did not really enjoy the audio for this book. So I did end up giving it 4 stars, and it basically got docked a star just because I didn't think that the audio quality was very good. I may in the future go back and reread this book with just my eyes. I do own it on my Kindle, just simply because I think I would have enjoyed it more if I had done that. But because I was already reading a book on Kindle, I did not choose to do it that way. So this book was about a man who was going through a pretty intense custody dispute with his ex-wife, and he and his new wife went to go pick up his children, and they ended up murdered. So that is what the book is about. And I really did enjoy this one. I gave it 4 stars, like I said, but unfortunately, the audiobook for me was a miss. The next one that I have, this is a currently reading book, the only currently reading book I have. Now, I know if you look at my story graph, it appears that I'm reading like 4 different books. It's just because I've not moved the other books to my paused. In December, I'm going to be doing a whole little thing with my paused books on Storygraph, so stay tuned for that. But the currently reading book I have right now is Love Arranged by Lauren Asher. This is the 3rd and final installment in the interconnected standalone series, The Lakefront Billionaires. So if you know nothing of Lauren Asher, she wrote Dreamland Billionaires, and this is a spin-off series from that series. So Dreamland Billionaires followed 3 brothers who were the heirs to Dreamland, which is essentially this world's version of like Disney World, or Disneyland, and they have like princesses and things like that, just like Disneyland would, and like Disney, and that's what this is. So this is actually a spin-off series from the first one. I just realized that my little mousey is sitting right there, so cute. Anyway, this is the spin-off series. So this takes place at Lake Wisteria, which we are introduced to in the 3rd Dreamland Billionaires book. And then these are characters in that world. So we actually do see cameos from some of the characters. I know in Love Redesign, which is the first one in this series, we see a cameo from Cal and Alana, which they are in the 3rd Dreamland Billionaires book. So we do see some crossover between the 2 series, and I just really love Lauren Asher's writing. So once I finish this, the only backlist books I have from Lauren Asher to still read are the like F1 series that she wrote. I believe that was like her very first series, so I need to read that, and then I'm done with her backlist. So I'm really excited for that. But I'm a little bit further. I'm almost 50% through this book. I just haven't moved the bookmark because I've been reading that on my Kindle. So let's talk about some of the books that I would like to get to between, I was going to say the end of the month, but I think just by kind of the end of winter. So really that's going to give me, with where I live, until probably like March. But I want to really get to these books, and they are high priority. All of these are actually on my current like November TBR. But I'm willing to kind of carry books over from month to month. That's okay for me. I know some people have rules around it. I think I may make some rules around it in 2026 because I do have a really bad habit of carrying books over and then just never reading them. But the first one that I want to get to and that I need to get to is Ashes of the Sun by Django Wexler. So I actually have the 2nd book in this series as well, which is Blood of the Chosen. My friends Brittany and Brianna gave me these books. So Brittany gave me this, and then Brianna gave me Blood of the Chosen. I do need to get to these and buy the 3rd book, but I do know that this one I'm going to have to immersion read for at least a while. Maybe the whole book. I don't know. It's really going to depend on how high fantasy the fantasy is in this one, but I know that it's relatively high. So I do have the audio for this, and I will be immersion reading this one. But I need to decide when I want to do that because I designate Monday, Wednesday, and Friday work days to reading books. So that may be when I pick this one up. This may travel out of the house with me while I'm immersion reading it. So that's the first one. The next one I have is Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton. I need to get to this. I keep putting it off because I've only liked one H.D. Carlton book, and I'm a little nervous about this one because I don't know that I'll like it. This is an older H.D. Carlton book. The one book by her that I liked was Phantom, which is technically in the world of the like Haunting Adeline series. I think it's called like the Cat and Mouse Duet. And I didn't like that one. I DNF'd Haunting Adeline at 69%, I think. And it didn't do it for me. I liked Phantom. I felt like Phantom gave me what I wanted the Cat and Mouse Duet to give me. So sorry. So we're going to try this one. This one will not get a full review over here at all. I will probably talk about it a little bit here and there. But for the most part, this is going to only be on Patreon. Like the full unedited review will be only on Patreon. So if you want my top tier patrons, the wives, because it's hockey romance themed over there, they will get a full, all my thoughts on this one. And it's going to be really interesting because I'm going to be probably reading this and taking notes. I'm going to do it in a review style, which I've never done videos that way. I usually do them vlog style. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to read it. I'm going to take notes. I'm going to tab things. And then we're going to come back. We're going to discuss. So we'll see if that is a good thing for me, because I could incorporate that into the regular channel, just not with smut books, because yeah, YouTube is weird and there's only so much that I can edit, you know? The next one I have is Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix. As far as I know, this is the most recent Grady Hendrix book. I could be wrong. There could be another one on the horizon that I just don't know about. But I started this book over the summer and I just did not get it done. So I'm going to pick this one up, and I want to read this by the end of winter. I really wanted to read it by the end of spooky season, but spooky season at this point has come and gone. We are in fall 2.0. So I have like a cozy season part 1, then we have spooky season, and then we have cozy season part 2. So cozy season part 1 for me is from August 1st to September 31st. 31st? No, September 30th. And then spooky season is October 1st to October 31st. And then fall or cozy season 2.0 is like November 1st to December 1st. The next book I have is Nyxia by Scott Rengen. This is a series that my brothers and my dad have been yelling at me to read. I have all 3 of them on my TBR cart, so I'm going to be getting to this one. This one I do have audiobook from Libby. I believe it's still on hold, but I'm waiting for it. I'm going to check and see when it's available to me, because this one I've heard is pretty easy to follow, so I should be able to just listen to the audiobook of this one and like diamond paint and stuff, which the other 2 like fantasy-ish ones that I have, because I have one more fantasy book, so Ashes of the Sun, and then the last book I'm going to talk about, I'm not going to be able to just listen to those. Like, I'm going to have to actually immersion read them, at least some of it, the book. This one is a YA science sci-fi fantasy book, and so I should be able to just listen to this one. I've been told it's pretty easy to follow, and it's not super long. I think less than 400 pages. Yeah, 376 pages, so I should be able to get through this one pretty quickly, especially if I'm like diamond painting or something. And then the last one I have that I would like to get to by the end of winter is When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. Now, most of these that I just talked about are on my current November TBR. This one is not. So this one I actually already have divvied up into readable chunks, and that is because I picked this one up around the same time as I picked up Witchcraft for Wayward Girls, and I didn't really know what was going on. I picked this one up and was like, I'll just listen to the audio. It should be easy. And then I realized about 5 chapters in, I had no idea what was going on. I was having a lot of fun, like listening to the story, but I didn't really know what was happening. And so when I talked to my friend Brittany about it, she had said, pick this up at a time when you're ready for a fantasy, but you're also ready to immersion read. So I think that between this one and Ashes of the Sun, I will just have to immersion read those, and that's fine. I'm not like mad about it. I'm not going to be upset that I have to immersion read. I just will have to designate my immersion reading time to like the days when I have designated reading time, because on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I edit and film. So that's kind of where we are with that. There's a hair. Anyway. Okay, so let's talk about the other. I only have 2 other books that we're going to talk about, and these are both on my November TBR. So I would like to get to them by the end of November, but we will see how that goes. I am willing to carry these ones over if I need to. So the first one is the second book in the Souls trilogy by Harley LaRue, Her Soul for Revenge. I read the first one, which was called Her Soul to Take, I think over the summer, and I really loved it. I like really enjoyed it. And I read these ones also on KU usually, just because the author gets a little bit of money that way. Of course, she already has my money because I bought them, but this is another one where we have like the black page with the white lettering, and it doesn't bother me. That's fine. I don't know that I'll read this one physically. I mean, I will read it with my eyes, but I don't know that I will read it like the physical book. But I will definitely download this one on Kindle Unlimited as long as I have the room for it. So sometimes I don't have room on my Kindle Unlimited, and then I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to have to pick this up physically. It's fine. So that's what this one is, Her Soul for Revenge. I am going to read this one. Juniper and Zane are the couple that we're following in this. We are introduced to them in Her Soul to Take, and I loved Her Soul to Take. I think I gave it 4 or 5 stars, and I think that this series will just get better as I go. Also, I think there's other Harley LaRue backlist books I need to read still. But I know they just had a new book come out because I saw it at Walmart. And so I'm really excited to continue my journey with Harley LaRue. I really enjoy their writing style and the way that they do dark romance. And then, I should have said this was a demon. This is like a demon hunter, not hunter, but demon and human romance series. So there's that. And then we have The Blood Trials. This is the last one that is on my November TBR. I need the second book, which is called The Blood Gift. I bought this in 2023 during a birthday haul that I did at Barnes & Noble. And I think I haven't picked this up because I don't have The Blood Gift. And what I'm worried about is that I'm going to love this book, and then I'm going to immediately want to go into book 2. Which it shouldn't stop me from doing that because I can get these books from my Libby app, like from my library through Libby. So I should just read it. So I am going to really make a concerted effort to pick this one up. This is by N.E. Davenport, and she is a Black author, and I'm really excited for this one. Black main characters, Black author. I'm really excited for this one as well. And then I don't have Legendborn in front of me, but I do want to finish the Legendborn trilogy. I don't have the first or second book right in front of me, but I do have Oathbound. So Oathbound is the third book, the most recent book that came out. She's a hefty girl, okay? But I still need to read book 2, Blood Oath. I still need to read that one. Blood Oath? Is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called. The first one is Legendborn. I do know that. Blood Marked. So sorry. So I need to read Blood Marked, but I probably need to go back and reread Legendborn first. Now, I do have all 3 of these books on my Kindle, so there's really no reason for me not to read these. I also believe I have the first 2 books as audio. I don't think I have Oathbound as audio, but I know I have the first 2 as audio. And even if I don't, I could find them easily enough. This is a hefty girl, though. But I need to reread Legendborn, even though I've read it 4 times. I need to reread it and move on to Blood Marked and then read Oathbound, because I don't know if there's another book coming out in this series, but I would like to get caught up just in case there is. I know that some people have said that they really loved Legendborn, but they didn't love Blood Marked. I've heard some mixed reviews about Oathbound, but I own them, so I'm going to read them. And honestly, I just really love this world. I really enjoyed Legendborn. I gave it 5 stars the time I read it, but I didn't do a 6-star rating system. So I feel like on reread, it could be a 6-star rating system. As far as other like series and stuff that I'm still trying to work my way through, I am still doing my reread of, what is it called? Throne of Glass. We're not going to talk about that, okay? Because I restarted this series. I don't know. I'm listening to them as audios, and that is going fine, but I don't have an update for you because I've not moved past the 3rd book, okay? Which is fine. It's just that I don't know. I think people have said that when you reread these, like when you read them and then you read the rest of her series, so like if you read Throne of Glass and then you read ACOTAR and then you read Crescent City, they have said that when you go back and you reread them, they hit harder. And I'm going to believe that. But that means that I'm having some trouble getting through them right now, but I'm going to continue to do that. So that is kind of all that I have for today's video, for today's coffee and book chat. I hope that you have enjoyed being here. Thank you for having a coffee with me and chatting books. This is kind of the style that we are going to be looking at from now on for coffee and book chats. I just think this way we have a designated book video every single week, and then we have, you know, a couple of designated diamond painting or other cozy hobby videos as well. So thank you for coming and hanging out in my cozy corner of the internet, because I know that you have a lot of options for other cozy hobby and booktube people on the internet, and they're all wonderful. But I appreciate you being here, and I will see you please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see y'all very soon somewhere else on the internet. Okay, bye.